That's empire-fence.com.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This fall, Baumgars has everything you need to get your farm ready for the season. Stock up on livestock feed, deer corn, and pine shavings to keep your animals fed and your farm running smoothly. Need tools for your fall projects? Grab DeWalt power tools and grass seed to keep your fields in top shape before winter. From your barn to your backyard, Baumgars has you covered. Get ready for the season with everything you need to finish those fall fix-ups. Baumgars, field, farm, and fall fix-ups.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome in to Raff's Good Takes on 93.7 The Ticket right here. I'm in Lincoln. He's down there in Alabama. You guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. And, of course, via the streams as well. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. If you got Allo Cable. Raff, how's it going on a Tuesday night?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just another day in the life of football. I mean, we have rankings out. We've got projected college football playoff out. We have Pro Football Talk released their NFL top 32 teams. I mean, we've just got rankings and the excitement of football season. It's hard to believe that it's already November. Like we're getting close to like playoff time. And I mean, we're over halfway through the NFL. And in college football, what do we got? Four games remaining? 4 games? I mean, it's
3 for us.
man, the season goes way too fast. It just feels like it just started.
Yeah, it does. That's why they say it. Enjoy the journey, not the destination, because it goes by fast. If the destination isn't great and you just ignore the journey, that's not so fun. Yeah, it's crazy. We also had the NFL trade deadline today.
Yes. We definitely got to talk about that in the second segment.
Yeah, I think the Jets have picks 1 through 32 next year, based on how they acted. The Jets, I thought, actually did pretty well. There's a certain way to hit the blow it up button, and they hit it just right. So I know things aren't always great in Jets land, but they did well, I thought, in trade deadline, given the circumstances.
Yeah. They made some change. I think they had to do what they did. I mean,
Exactly.
I was actually kind of surprised Brees Hall didn't get traded, to be honest with you.
That is one guy I thought they would, but maybe there wasn't as many takers, or they felt like it was worth it. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought he'd be a name certainly on the block. I was surprised the Dolphins weren't more active in blowing it up. I really don't know what they're going for.
Yeah, I thought maybe Waddle would be out of there.
That's the first name that I thought was Waddle, because he's still like a very solid wide receiver that you could probably get a good bang for your buck for.
Yeah.
Even though he's had like some minor injuries though, whereas he's had some back spasms, but they all seem minor enough, or even A-Chain or just someone. But no, they kind of just held fast. They got rid of who was it? Phillips?
Player wise.
Yeah.
I was gonna say their general manager, which is crazy. It makes me wonder if they've even decided yet if Mike McDaniel is still an option there next year, because you think that once they dismiss the general manager, the head coach would probably have been there, right along the same time. And it's just, I don't know. It's strange to me to think that they wouldn't both be dismissed at the same time. So I don't know if there's still an opportunity for Mike McDaniel to save his job. I guess as long as he's there. I mean, it's because don't you think you would have made that change already? I mean, it's just crazy to me that he's
like if you're tanking the tank, then
yeah, I don't know. Or maybe that's what
they there for now and just let them lose.
Maybe that's the best way they feel for tanking is to leave him as the head coach. But that's crazy to think where the Dolphins in 2 years, just the difference in that team. I mean, they were the up and comers. I mean, I hate to bring it up. I mean, they beat the Broncos 70-20.
Yeah, and then your Broncos won big time the next week.
Yeah,
and I think the Dolphins lost.
Yeah, it's crazy. It'll be interesting to see what happens, with the Dolphins if they elect to go with a new coach. I mean, you've got to believe that they're going to go with a new coach, but just when they dismissed the general manager and not the head coach, it was kind of a head scratcher to me. It's like, you think you would have just dismissed them both at the same time, because I guess right now they have an interim general manager. They're looking to bring in so that general manager is going to want to hire their coach. So I don't know. It's wild. It's that crazy time of year.
Yeah, and I really don't know what the Dolphins' plan is. I can tell you, and I had to look it up. Jalen Phillips, that was who they got rid of today. They gave him to the Eagles for 2026 third rounder. Eagles did well though. I will say, Eagles got Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter the second.
Yeah, they had a really good day. That just loads them up even more. So yeah, they'll be dangerous. But I thought they were going to be dangerous whether they got those good players today or not. And now
that's just it. I think now they're a really big threat. I also forgot they got Tank Bigsby as well. A little bit insurance on the running back out of Jacksonville, and they gave up a couple picks for that. But I mean, that's a stacked team with a lot of depth in it now as well. Is kind of how I see it. So I think Eagles, that was the right time to go ahead and make some payments, considering where their window's at. So I think the Eagles just got a lot better.
Yeah, I agree with you. They will be a problem in the NFC, but I guess they have been a problem. This entire year they kind of went through that period where they kind of, I don't know if they lost their identity, but I think, and keeping AJ Brown, there was some talk that maybe they might try and trade AJ Brown, but keeping him, I think looking at the past, I think they realized, the Titans got rid of AJ Brown and you saw what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Eagles, they will be that threat. I'm curious to see how the Cowboys react they acquired Quinnen Williams from the Jets, and then they also got the linebacker from the Bengals to see if that improves their defense any, if that gives them a spark, or if I don't know, they had a rough time last night, losing 27-17. What their how do they react, or what is there? I think there's still time left in the season for them, but man, this is kind of it's going to be a long off season if they don't bounce back.
Well, it's also just like a little bit strange, right? You get Quinnen Williams, and you give up you give up a second rounder and a first rounder, but you also could have just kept Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Which, knowing, at that time, maybe you thought it was too much, but now knowing that you gave up a first and second rounder along with another defensive tackle for one guy who's not any better than Micah Parsons, it's like, I don't really know what you're doing. And then you bring in, it was Logan Wilson, the linebacker for the Bengals.
Yep.
I don't, the moves to the Cowboys, I thought lost this deadline. I don't really know what they're going for, because the Quinnen Williams, again, you make this move now, Micah Parsons makes way more sense earlier at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, it's the Cowboys though. They always, they always make you scratch your head. I mean, they always do. It's crazy. And Jerry Jones, I believe that he wants to win more than, as much as anybody wants to win, but just some of the decisions. I mean, they get the draft process down. They make good draft picks every year, but then the free agency rolls around, and then when he should extend people out, he kind of fumbles the ball, and then he always has that. It just seems like the Cowboys always have it where they've got plenty of time to work out something contractually, but the next thing you know, they're going, and then there's a dispute, and then that player's holding out, and I mean it's been this way, basically since the beginning. I remember Emmitt Smith. After they won the Super Bowl, he held out the first 2 weeks. Then they brought him back. They ended up winning their second Super Bowl. But I mean, it's always been that way with the Cowboys, and it's crazy because when it comes to like a player's owner, a guy that, really, Jerry Jones had like the old players and stuff. Jerry Jones takes care of those old players like they're once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy.
Yeah.
But it's crazy while they're playing, how they end up in, contractual disputes, and it's wild to me. But like I said, it's Dallas. They will find a way to Cowboy. They always do. And I don't know what it is. I guess it's kind of the curse that they carry.
Yeah. Jerry Jones is fine until it's time to ask for a raise or work out that new contract. Like it's just, and to your point, it's always like that. It's like you get these players on the Cowboys, and when they get to those contract years, you can almost just bank on.
Yeah.
If it's a high profile player, that we're going to have the conversation of like, does he sit out? Oh, he's not at camp. How much money is he losing? Is it worth it? It's just about every time. They always really struggle with that part. But to your point, I we'll see if he's super kind to the new guys, down the road here. I don't know. How old is Jerry Jones?
Oh, Jerry, I bet he's 82, 83, 82.
But it's unique. I don't know what it is over there. And when it gets to the contracts, but like I said, I think that was a bad trade deadline for him. I don't think they really moved the needle a whole lot, and they paid more for what they could have paid less with Micah Parsons. Yeah, at least get more bang for your buck.
83. He is 83 years old. But
I got by Stephen A. Smith in the Monday night game.
Yeah,
that was pretty interesting. It was funny seeing when the Cowboys. I can't remember what play it was, but you can see Stephen A. Smith kind of get awkward, just sitting next to Jerry Jones, like, "Oh boy, this is not going to be a fun conversation."
Oh, but that's always funny how like Stephen A. Smith, gives the Cowboys so many fits, like all the laughing and stuff videos that he's put out the last couple of years. Then he does an interview with Jerry Jones. Then he's up there sitting with Jerry Jones. It's just it's funny to me. It always cracks me up when something like that happens. It's like you're the biggest, antagonist of the Cowboys, and then all of a sudden you do one interview with them, and then you guys are best friends, and you're sitting up in the box with them. It always is a head scratcher to me. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will. It's Jerry Jones. Like, he offers you to sit by him, and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna take that. I mean, we talk about it all the time. He's the guy that even when he's wrong, he's right, because he's the reason why the NFL is what it is today is because of him.
Yeah,
so even if you like don't agree with the decisions he's making, he almost has the right to say, I don't care what you're saying, because I've been right way more often, and I've been right in such a way that the NFL exists today because of me. So it's like, well, you kind of got me beat there. I don't agree with what you're doing, but I'll trust you. And unfortunately, I keep trusting Jerry's led to some pretty bad down years for the Cowboys, where it's just been inconsistent. But again, who's going to tell that guy he's wrong?
Yeah, and it's crazy too. I mean, for the most part, the Cowboys come into the year every year, and you think that if things fall the right way for them, they will be a threat because they've got the talent. But like this year, the injuries on defense have hurt them a lot. So if they can get healthy, put a few wins together, you have an opportunity to make a run. I mean, I would think the NFC East, the Eagles are the team to beat. I don't see them catching the Eagles, but so I guess you're playing for a wild card, and you got the Giants having Scadaboo injured, and their young quarterback. Commanders, we saw what happened with Daniels. He's probably going to be out, for I would think anywhere from like 6 to 8 weeks, if maybe shorter, being that it's his left arm. But
yeah, I really doubt it. They're going to take care of him. He's still young in the face of that team. They're not going to rush it, not at all.
Exactly. So I would think the Cowboys are, vying for a wild card, but they're going to have to start winning some games here soon, because I think they're 3-5-1 now. I believe their record is. So I mean, they're definitely going to have to get on a winning streak, or else they're going to be out of the playoffs again, and then you're going to really hear those, the talk begin in Dallas again.
Well, let's hear from one of the biggest Cowboys fans that we know.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord is right. Pete Ferguson. The funny thing about this is like, we get the timestamps on when these texts come in. 9:21 in the morning. You got Pete Ferguson. Same thing with the Cowboys embarrassing the family on Monday night. Not sure what the context is, but he's talking Cowboys. And then 9:14, same day, November 4th, he chimes in again. It's absolutely mind blowing. Talking about Jerry Jones' leadership won't change when he's gone because of the rest of the family. Management is family. He says the only thing failing is our secondary trying to cover Cardinal receivers. So Pete Ferguson's not holding up too great.
Yeah, he'll survive somehow, some way. Yeah, because Stephen Jones, Stephen and Jerry, his son, they're kind of like the cold general managers now. I'm sure Jerry's still the one but I know that Stephen has talked Jerry out of doing a few things, over the past, 5 or 6 years. But yeah, but then again, when you're the Cowboys, at the end of the day, I mean, it's crazy, but making money's the game. I mean, I know championships are, what you're playing for, but when it comes to making money, the Cowboys are still, they do it, as good as anybody out there, they got this star, they got that, up and running craziness that's been going for like 5 or 6 years now. You got all the hotels around there. You've got, Cowboys Stadium or Jerry World. You've got that area that sits I think it's south, but I could be wrong. Listeners, help me out. But they've got all that area that's all Jerry Jones, I mean, so they're making money hand over fist, and that's going to continue to go on. So as long as that goes on, and you're always going to have the fans. I mean, you got Pete. I mean, I've been trying to get him to become a Broncos fan. I mean, he goes to a Broncos game. You think that he would automatically become a Broncos fan, but no, he's hanging in there with his Cowboys. So you definitely
wearing those colors every Sunday.
Yeah, you definitely got those fans. I just can't believe he's been wearing those same pajamas for the last 50 years. But I think you'd get a new pair of pajamas here one of these days. But it's every week. It's those same pajamas.
Yeah, I know. It's always funny. It's like, yeah, I've thought about pitching the idea of bigger than the score merch to Pete Ferguson, but it's not going to matter. He's going to wear that cowboy gear every damn Sunday. We have that show, so we can create the coolest gear. You gotta love it. I mean, that's what makes the NFL great is you get the real sickos out there. And Pete Ferguson of the Dallas Cowboys, he's one of those fans that just.
But that's commitment to excellence, and two also he had, those 3 years in the 90s. I mean, Cowboys run. I mean, they were getting kind of obnoxious. I mean, they were never as obnoxious as Chiefs fans were or are, but they were getting to that point. But no, I never hate on Pete. He's had that team, ever since he was little baby Pete, and he's gonna stick that out. I'd never hate on that type of fan. That's my kind of fan right there. It's those ones that jump on the bandwagon when it's already going. Maybe about.
Oh, tell me about it. I remember I was the biggest Kobe Bryant defender, and this was like before the tragic accident and everything. This was just like after he retired. Yeah. And this always happens with as soon as a great player retires, everyone's like, you know what? He was good. He was actually pretty good and fun to watch. It's a bummer I'm not going to be able to watch him anymore. And even if you're rooting against said player, those opportunities, you only get so much of it. So that's always the one. Like I was such a big fan of like Kobe Bryant back in the day, and all my friends were LeBron James fans, and it was back and forth. And then obviously Kobe Bryant retires, and then everyone's like, I'm a massive Kobe Bryant fan. We got some people out here at the ticket window.
There we go. Raff's Roadies.
Yeah, they were told that you missed it. They had Raff's Roadie signs.
I knew it. That's what they do. They support nationwide from around the country. I'm still waiting for more people to buy some Raff's Roadie t-shirts and post pictures on Twitter for me. I wait for that anxiously. I think the time will come here very soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
I'm just imagining Raff refreshing his Twitter feed at midnight, just every minute.
I do it every hour, maybe every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. I mean, I'm still looking for more Twitter followers. I love my followers. Chris Raff 7. Follow me, please.
Yeah, especially if you like cute dogs.
I follow back too. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the pooches you got.
Yeah. Ozzy and Lolo. They're always on there.
Is that the names, Ozzy and Lolo?
Yep. Lola's the boxer and Ozzy's the Frenchie.
Okay. Those are great names. Ozzy's the Frenchie. Is just that makes sense.
Yep. Named after the great coach Tom Osborne. Except, yeah, Osborne. That is his name.
So it's just the two dogs then? Or do you got cats? You don't seem like a cat guy.
No, just two dogs, not a cat guy.
All right, that's the right balance. All right, we always get into these side tangents. In the first segment, it is a little bit chit chat segment, back and forth, Raff. We can throw it to break unless you got anything left to add here.
No, we can throw it to break. That works. We can come back and talk a lot of Nebraska football because I think we kind of didn't give enough talk to Dylan Raiola last night. I want to say a couple things about Dylan Raiola when we come back from break come back from break. Yep, that's it. Boom.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good point because we did have Austin Orman join us yesterday, and he gave us some basketball postgame coverage, which was greatly appreciated, but did cut the football talk short. So we can get back to that on segment number 2. Don't go anywhere. Raff's good take on sports right here, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello, Husker fans. Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for all your automotive needs. Whether new or used, car, truck, crossover, SUV, or EV, we've got them. Shop our ever-changing specials at ZollnerofBeatrice.com or give us a call today and go Big Red. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Do you want boots that actually feel good on your feet? Meindl delivers premium German-engineered comfort, brought to you right here from Nebraska. Built tough for trails, fields, and everyday wear, and backed by Meindl's Comfort Promise, so you can try them on with confidence. Use promo code THETICKET at MeindlUSA.com, spelled MEINDL, for free shipping. That's MeindlUSA.com. Meindl, comfort you have to feel to believe.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and braised tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket, with all the good takes you need. Here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Raff's Good Take on Sports, 93.7 The Ticket. Beautiful capital city of Lincoln, Nebraska. Raff's down there in Bama territory, 402-464-5685. Going to break down a little bit of Husker football. Some things that got short yesterday after Nebraska men's basketball beat the West Georgia Wolves. We had Austin Norman take over for a little bit of basketball postgame show. But, Raff, let's go ahead and continue our conversation from last night. The floor is yours.
All right. So what I'd like to talk about now is Dylan Raiola. It felt like, I don't know, for the last couple of years that there's been a lot of people out there that have, I don't want to say had doubts in him or just like the support. And I'm not sure if it was because that, he had committed to Ohio State and then he committed to Georgia to go to college, but then he ended up at Nebraska. And I don't know if he was like, downgraded in the view of some fans because he was committed there first. And then when he ended up coming to Nebraska, it's always been a head scratcher for me, just being that being that his dad had played for Nebraska, Dad Dominic, and that he grew up, as a Husker fan, being that his dad had played for Nebraska. And then when he got to Nebraska, it just felt, I don't know, it just felt like some people, just because he had committed to go elsewhere. And it just showed me like the game on Saturday night, just his passion and love for Nebraska. If there's ever been any question for his commitment to Nebraska, him wanting to go end the game, with a broken tibula and or is it fibula or tibula? I always get I think tibula, fibula.
I think it was the fibula.
Yeah, fibula. Yes. And that he was wanting and trying to go back into the game and trying to, loosen up everybody thought it was an injured ankle. And he was trying to, find a way to get back into that game. And then just listening to Coach Rule in his press conference and talking about how he wants to assist TJ Lateef as much as possible. And he was trying to get it to where he could go on the trip to UCLA this next weekend. And it just, I don't know if it's shown anything. I hope a lot of those Nebraska fans that had doubt, because there was a lot of talk that they wanted to see TJ Lateef, and it was like, well, we're winning games with Dylan. Why would you switch quarterbacks when you're winning games? And it was just out of they wanted to see TJ Lateef play. And it's like, I hope some of those people can see now that the love that, Dylan has for his team, because in past years, when a player, has that much love for the school, they're taken on as like one of those all-time favorite players and like that. So I hope that, that people recognize just the love that Dylan has for this program and what he's done to, help put this program back on the map.
Yeah. And I'm starting to rationalize it, a little bit where, the backup quarterback, that's every quarterback, right? Everyone always wants to see the backup quarterback a little too early. And even when the backup quarterback plays well, it's a bold move to switch quarterbacks in the middle of the season. Even if it somehow turns out to be the right move, it's just very risky. So that I always understand that element of it's everyone's favorite player, backup quarterback. I think the other part with Dylan Raiola, by no fault of his own, just because the recent course of history of Nebraska, it's the same thing that Matt Rule is having to deal with. It is the baggage of all the prior years.
Yeah.
Where when we got Dylan Raiola, I think some people in their head were already in the mindset of like, it's too good to be true. Like, he's really not that good. Like it's like, I've been sold this boat a million times of where you're telling me it's going to change the program. And then as soon as they get like one bad throw or an interception, it's like, oh, see, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. Like it's kind of sad, but like Husker fans have almost put themselves in a spot to where they're just waiting to see the mistake and not allowing themselves to like maybe be happy through the course, because they're just like so focused on when's that mistake going to happen. And then when it does, it's like, yep, I knew it. I knew it. It was too good to be true. And this wasn't going to change. Even though we went bowling, we broke that streak. We are already bowl eligible now, and we have 3 games to go. But it's just, it's fanatics. It's in the name. You are a fan. You are a fanatic. And the tide shifts pretty drastically. So I think it's Matt Rule, Dylan Raiola, and the rest of this coaching staff and players. They all suffer a little bit from, it's not your fault, but there's some extra baggage because of prior years.
No. And I too, it's like a lot of the commitments that, we've achieved over the last couple of years and still are achieving a lot of it goes in credit to Dylan Raiola that kind of opened the floodgates of, having a 5-star come to Nebraska. Mm-hmm. That was huge for Nebraska's program, because I've told everybody, for years that Nebraska gets the recruits they get is pretty impressive, being, they hadn't shown much, on the field the prior, 8 years. Now we've got a bowl game under our belt. We're going to another bowl game. Now you're starting to see these recruits that are coming in. Still though, I mean, I don't think we're quite in that top echelon of teams quite yet. I think we're just outside. I think we sit in, probably 30 to 40 range. I think that would probably be where I'd probably put Nebraska at if I had a ranking system. And that Nebraska's, getting the recruits that they're getting, and looks like that they're going to have more coming in. And I think it says a lot, not just about the coaches and the facilities, but it says a lot, about those players, the Dylan Raiolas, that have kind of opened those floodgates. So I just hope that people, recognize that what Dylan has done for Nebraska.
I think they will, and even if TJ Lateef plays well enough, I think it'll be. I mean, even if I don't think he'll go to the NFL, just unfortunately with the injury. I think he'll come back. But even to say if hypothetically he did, I think just him being the igniter of this program going in the right direction, and that's what I'm hoping is happening, right? I feel like we are. Maybe it's not going to happen as fast as everybody wanted. Certainly, I want it to be faster as well, but we are getting incrementally better. And if we get to that point where Nebraska's truly back, we're all going to remember Dylan Raiola as the guy to be that torch and Matt Rule along with him to finally break things through. And he'll always get credit for that. So, coming full circle, it's like back to Kobe, back to when LeBron retires here eventually, Michael Jordan. Like when these people retire, when it's actually over with, the reality hits and a lot of that extra clutter that you're confounding your own opinions with goes away. And then you just remember all the moments of how good they were.
Can I ask a question? I've been big on, Dylan Raiola tonight, but can I propose this question to you and the listeners? Would a quarterback controversy be the worst possible scenario for Nebraska going into next year?
I knew that was gonna. I haven't talked about this because I hate to imagine it, Raff.
Don't you kind of think that's the worst possible scenario?
It's not the worst possible because it means you got two good quarterbacks. It is a stressful scenario.
Stressful.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad though, because if it's Dylan Raiola and TJ Lateef, I'd imagine Dylan Raiola is still going to be that guy with more of the knowing the playbook, like what he did this year. I'm in no ground to think that he lost his spot. Yeah. And I will be really surprised if TJ Lateef, like he'd have to go 2 out of the next 3 here.
Wonder if he goes undefeated.
Well, then you have competition. Yeah, you battle a QB a little bit, and I think you get a QB competition battle, which is crazy.
I mean, nobody's really said it, but I've kind of thought that. I'm like, say he comes in and he does what needs to be done. Gets a victory over UCLA. Gets a victory over Penn State, gets a victory over Iowa. They go to a bowl game. I saw they're projected to play in the Music City Bowl against Vanderbilt. Say they go and play Vanderbilt, get a victory there, finish the season with 4 straight wins. I think it's great for the program.
Tough to ignore if we end up being 10-3.
But that's just I don't know. And I guess that would probably be all the crazy things that have happened for Nebraska and through the years. I think that would probably be the craziest possible scenario for Nebraska is they run out 4 straight victories. I mean, I'd love to see it, but man, it'd be an interesting spring. It would definitely, there'd be a lot of chatter. I have a strong feeling there'd be a lot of chatter.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's good chatter, but you would have to have the battle, and you don't know. You'd have to hope that Dylan Raiola wins, so you get another year out of Dylan Raiola, and then you're like, all right, we got TJ Lateef ready to go. But that's the problem. It's not the era that it was before with the NIL era, because Saban could have Mac Jones, Hurts.
Yeah,
it was the other one. I mean, he had like 3 NFL QBs all on the same squad the one year, and he could just have those guys wait around because they weren't getting paid. So might as well sit at a place that's going to give me a much better shot at the NFL. If you're TJ Lateef and it's like, in our hypothetical situation and you just balled out and it's like, you're going to make less money than Dylan Raiola and you're going to sit on the bench. No, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'll definitely get a starting spot and they'll pay me more. And if you're you wouldn't blame TJ Lateef for that at all, because it's just the system that's in front of them. I'm not going to tell the players like, just ignore the game that's being played. You're better off not getting involved, because that's just a flat out lie. It doesn't always mean moving on is the best place, but to say $1 million won't help you is just a blatant lie. Might not guarantee you happiness, but it certainly is going to move some stuff around for you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, because I was thinking too, Dayton comes in next year, correct? He's the 26 quarterback. Trey
Yes.
Taylor's the
Yep.
27 quarterback. Okay, I was just kind of seeing how that all shapes up, because you would think, if things go as they were, you'd think that Dylan comes back next year and plays. So that'll make, TJ a sophomore next year. Yeah, and then, it's going to be an interesting, I mean, I know we're still in this season, but I guess sometimes being in the radio, you kind of look forward a little bit just to see what, and you see like the quarterback competitions that will arise, I think, over these next 3 years. It's going to be interesting times in Nebraska, and hopefully, that they can, you know, it doesn't affect the stability, because I think there will be some quarterback controversies here in the near future.
Well, I don't know. It depends what it looks like. I mean, if it's purely on the ground and using your legs and bad passing accuracy, then I think it's still in Rayola, but or you just put them in a chamber and combine them. Maybe
Because
that's the best answer.
I mean, if he comes in and goes 4-0, I mean, you definitely, and then, man, that would mean that you'd get a victory over Iowa. There'd probably be a ranked team that you get a victory over. I mean,
Now our skis are so far ahead, Raff. We can't even see them. I mean, we're talking about the Huskers going.
I know. I just like I was like thinking of that stuff. So when it comes to fruition and we win out the rest of the year, they can look back on tonight and be like, wow, they were so far ahead of schedule. But no, I know, wishful thinking. I guess.
To be fair, like I think he's got some clear talent to him, right? It's not like what we're saying is utterly insane. It is a tough battle. Don't get me wrong, but even the Iowa game kind of reminds me of an opportunity. Remember the Logan Smothers game?
Yep.
I wonder if it's going to feel a lot like that, where it's just going to be TJ Lateef just running up and down the yard on him, and then us playing a little bit conservative. Thinking ahead here, it's just because Iowa's good this year, so there's a lot on the line. But yeah, I don't know what the QB battle, if there's going to even be one. All I'm going to try to think about is TJ Lateef and this Husker team versus UCLA on the road, and if you can get that win, I mean, this win is big because you don't want to drop another one, knowing that you have to go to Happy Valley on the road, and then you got another tough one with Iowa. These are all quote unquote must-win games, but they probably get harder after this one. And I just win this game, you're in a much better bowl game scenario already than opposed to you kind of floundering around. Because I know DP keeps talking about it. He does not want to go to the New York Stripe Pin Bowl or the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl because it's cold and it's snowy and it's always like wet for some reason. It's always like kind of sleeting out. All the other locations are great. I mean, you can go to Arizona.
Well, I think you got to find yourself Arizona, Florida, somewhere. I mean, Nashville, I mean, it's okay, but it gets a little chilly in January in Nashville. So it'd probably be a little chilly there.
But even Nashville's better than New York that time of year.
Yeah, I guess.
Last year we had, I'm blanking on his name. It was a big moment for him. A running back, it was really his game. He played phenomenal.
Why am I forgetting his name? He was here forever.
He quite literally here and very loyal player.
He's from there also. Why are we forgetting his name? Oh, listeners, help us out. Who was the running back last year that won the MVP? Why are we forgetting that?
Lightning in a bottle. I'm not. I don't want to look it up. It's driving me nuts right now.
Either. I can see it.
402-464-5685.
Who was the running back last year? We need some help here. If somebody's listening, please, someone.
He wasn't the de facto back last year. He just came in that game. They really fed him the rock a lot.
He was injured, came back.
Ramir Johnson.
That's it. Thank you.
Goodness, that was going to just drive me insane. I was not going to look that up because Ramir Johnson deserves to be remembered without Google. So shout out Ramir Johnson because that was a good game.
Did you get it or did somebody text in?
No, I got it. I just had to really think. I went through a lot of files in my brain there. A lot of it was junk. Not valuable information, but Ramir Johnson was in there, and that I'll bring him up just to mention that last year was kind of cool because that was a big game for him. His Ramir Johnson game back at home, his fans they got to see it. And it was also the first bowl game that we've been to since 2016. So it was nice to just go see us in a bowl game, regardless of what it was. You could have held that thing in the middle of the desert. Husker fans would have came. But now things are different. Now we can aim for better. And if you get a win versus UCLA this weekend, you're already probably out of the cold, I'd imagine.
I'm seeing winning out in the quarterback controversy.
That's like winning out and then going to play in like the Citrus Bowl versus that'd be an SEC team, right? Yeah, so it'd be like us versus Tennessee, Florida, Vandy.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'd be good with those games.
If you end up in one of these bowl games that has the SEC versus Big Ten matchup, I mean, it's just going to be a big game because the SEC is going to have like 4, 5, 6, maybe 5 teams for sure. I think in the college football playoff.
Even Nebraska playing somewhere closer to New Year's Day. I mean, because the game last year was at December 28th, or I think it was just after Christmas.
Yeah, it was the 26th.
I mean, even if you could get like a January 3rd bowl or something like that, I'd be just to see Nebraska after the new year. I mean, that's a trivia question. Nebraska hasn't played after the new year. It's been a while.
When's the Music City Bowl? That's before, right?
I think it's right around that New Year's area, probably the 30th, 31st, probably 30th.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's right
the 31st because that's when they play some of the playoff games. So, yeah, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing Nebraska winning out. Quarterback controversy in spring next year. We'll probably have to have a spring game. We'll have TJ on one side and Dylan on the other, and whoever wins the game is the starting quarterback. Just joking.
We can dream. We can always dream, Raff. And I hope you're right. I would love to have that problem on my hands. But we got to go to break here. Don't go anywhere. We got Raff's Good Take on the other side right here. 93.7 The Ticket.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, More horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Big news, Nebraska! Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Calling all caffeinated Husker fans. Looking to boost your energy and focus? Caffeine alone won't do the trick. Enter Cranium Energy Drinks based out of Fremont, Nebraska, founded by lifelong Husker fans. Cranium is more than just caffeine. Every can has highly dosed nootropics that help boost mental clarity, paired with 150 milligrams of natural caffeine to provide smooth, long-lasting energy as well as enhanced focus. Find it at Hy-Vee Health Markets in Nebraska and Council Bluffs, as well as select gas stations and supplement stores. Or purchase online at drinkcranium.com, spelled with a Y after the I. Enter code EARLYBREAK for 10% off your order.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Final segment, Raff's Good Take on Sports. Wrapping up with Raff's Good Take on life, just in general. All right, Chris Raff, floor is yours. We got 3-4 minutes left.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to all the Nebraska football fans and Husker Nation that attended the game there on Saturday night. I know there's a lot of people, or not a lot, but there's some people that are against going away from the traditional red and white, the uniforms. And that's totally agreeable, but it felt like everybody came together for the game. Even if you didn't want to dress in black, everybody wore their black shirts, and it made for a really cool atmosphere. And it was just cool to see everybody come together to put something together like that. Everybody that, the people at the university, everybody. Just a great job with that. So I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to all the fans of Husker Nation.
Well said. Yeah, that blackout was awesome. It looked awesome on TV. I know the people that actually went to the game, it was even better in person. I didn't see a whole lot of red. We could do better with the sea of red now going forward. I will say that.
More red. Calling for more red.
Well, I'm guilty of this too. I'll put myself in there. I've been to be fair, the last game I went to, I wore gray because I got last second tickets while I was already here at the studio and I wasn't going to go back home because I was here till kickoff. So I was one of those, but it is the sea of red and we killed it with the black sea. I think we're getting a little bit too comfortable with the sea of red. We got to get back to being all red for those. I'll give, go ahead.
So a red out. We're going to have a red out here soon.
It's always supposed to be a red out.
Well, not technically, because a lot of black Nebraska shirts have been made for the black shirts, and then there's been the white shirts with the red ink. I mean, you can go different avenues with those shirts. I haven't really, went against the whole sea of red, but
wasn't it like pretty much all red though for you, like in the 90s?
No, it was all, there's always been a mix. Because you got to remember, in the 90s, the black shirts were, at their peak. So there was a lot of people with black shirts. As long as it was just a Husker shirt, that always kept you in good graces. I mean, there are those guys.
Calling me a vibe here, Raff. I thought you'd be with me on this one.
Oh no, I'm down. I'm down for it. We just have to call for a red out and everybody wear their red shirts. But I can't be mad at somebody.
I thought that was always implied. It was a red out. Is that not just implied?
No, they just called it the sea of red because it was predominantly red shirts. But you've always had people, that have had the white shirts with the red ink, or the, like I said, the black shirts have always been, big, and then especially the 80s and 90s. So you had, I popped out my my black wave towel from 1988, that they gave out. Broderick Thomas was roaming the sidelines. So long as it's got Nebraska on it, I think that's always been the passing key of it. I think that was, there was always a lot of red, but there still was a lot of white too. And, there was, like I said, there were the black shirts. So, but yeah, we could have a red out though. Everybody wear red shirts.
I don't like how you're saying that. It's just,
it's true. I'm sorry because I look back. I look back on it through the years, and it's like I've probably worn a black shirt more to Nebraska football games than I've worn a red shirt. I just think I look better in black, but that's just me.
Well, it's not a fashion show, all right? You can play nice cop. I'll play bad cop. Wear red, or there's no quick fix like the trash bag that they had for the blackout. So I don't know if I can do anything if you're not wearing red. That's a tough one, Paul.
Well, but if you say so, we can just have a red out. I mean, we got what, 6, 7 home games a year. We'll have a blackout game, a red out game, a white out game. We'll just, we'll take Penn State down. I mean,
it's just the phrase, like, we'll have a red out. Like, I just really thought that was implied. And that's what's making me uncomfortable, is like, I just thought, because all right, fair enough. Maybe it's not.
Honestly, I don't, it's predominantly red. It always be predominantly red because that's, Nebraska is associated with the red. But at the end of the day, as long as those seats have people in them, I think that's pretty much all the university cares about. Is like, as long as they have, no matter if they're white, red, or black shirts with Nebraska on them, as long as there's somebody there and they're not empty seats, because I'll take, a lot of red, predominantly red, but like I said, as long as there's something Nebraska associated in those seats, they're good to go.
And great text off Facebook, or green, like Lyle.
Yeah, like
he told me the story. But he was wearing the only green shirt in there. Shout out.
He was easy to spot.
Hey, that's true. If you want to be spotted, I guess just wear bright colors that are completely opposite of what the crowd's wearing.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking about, for Saturday night. I was like, is there going to be that guy that's going to wear their green shirt? Better chance of getting on television. If you have the entire crowd of black and then you have some guy in a green shirt, good chance you might get on television.
I was surprised. I thought I'd see more Halloween costumes. This is the day after Halloween, but no, it was great. The blackout was great. Shout out. My good take was just going to be the grounds crew. That looked awesome. The field looked great, and they got to do double time because now they got to change it all back to red. And it's black. So I don't know. I'd imagine it's a little bit of process to that. But shout out to those guys because it looked awesome. And I know their workload likely doubled, maybe even tripled with that. But they did a great job for it. So shout out to those guys. And then your point, the fans. Raff, appreciate it. As always, final words. I'll let you have them.
Everyone, Be nice to each other, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
The